Hey friends, welcome to the ranch. I am in the kitchen and today I'm going to be working on framing out the window above my kitchen sink. I was unsure how to do this because our builder had explained that framing around a window on a log wall that's uneven is really challenging. And so I tried it out first in our bathroom and I actually really like how it turned out. And so I'm hoping I can kind of get the same look here in the kitchen. But there is a lot more unevenness in the logs. Like for instance, this log sticks out a lot more than the other two. So I'm gonna have to kind of play around with how far out I bring the inner board and just hopefully it'll all come together and look really good. To begin with, I'm gonna use a board and just do a mimic of what it's gonna look like so I can get the measurements from the inside. So I'm just gonna staple it up with one brad nail just to keep it in place. The bottom measurement is 4.5 inches. And then this top measurement, that is 3 7/8. As you can see, this space here is a lot wider than the one up top. So really it's a matter of where do I want the angle to look different? Do I want the inside of the window to look like it's larger on the bottom and smaller on the top? Or do I want the trim to stick out farther here on the top than on the bottom? I am going to put in these 1 1/4 inch blocks back here. So that's what I measured out for this angle. That's the widest angle. So I'm gonna take this off like so and put those blocks in, just screw them in and then attach that again to see how it looks. So that is flush with that log there. Okay, so that's 1 1/4 as well. So then when we take this sucker, just tack it in. So now you can see that is perfectly spaced, but when we come on the other side, it is not. It sticks out quite a bit, which is just very infuriating. That's how I'm gonna do it, because I think if I'm sitting or standing at the kitchen sink and seeing this not being perfectly even, it's gonna drive me nuts. So I'm putting this base on first and then I'll measure the sides that I need. And then the big block that will sit in here will sit on the inside of the trim. Should be good. This is what the boards look like before we plane them down and sand them. So as you can see, they're pretty rough. They've been sitting out in our back pasture area for about 2 years now. So you can see that it's pretty rough, but I have one more step before I take it up. The next step is to take a heavy sand grit and just lightly sand this down. There it is. Let's go tack it up inside. Like a glove. Okay, that should work. So now I'm going to do the same for the other side. I'm going to tack this board up, make my measurements, see what size blocks I need to put in, and then cut my board for that space. That's a 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch spacing up here, 1 1/4 down here, which means I'm going to go with 1 1/4, and this obviously will stick out. Perfect. the final piece is going in. Hopefully it'll fit. Let's see. Come on, baby. Oh my gosh, I love it. I just have to secure it down, probably with some screws and then putty. Perfect place for my plants. Here is the end result. Very, very happy with it. The only thing I need to do is change the light. I had to push it out a bit to get that top board in place, and it just looks very awkward. So I'm gonna get a different light for there, but I think it looks fantastic.